It's Easter, that time of year again when you get lots of time off school and you get to eat lots of chocolate as well. But if you're looking to do more than stuff your face with chocolate, then coming up in this show is information about things that you just might be interested in, some of which you can do at home, but most of which are all free and cheap events that you can do in your city of Liverpool.
Hi, I'm Denise Harris, the Festival Director for Liverpool Food and Drink Festival. Liverpool Food and Drink Festival has been going for 8 years now. We're in our 8th year of organising the main event, which is the September Festival, and that's grown year on year. Easter's our new edition, so we're doing a Spring Festival, 5th and 6th of April, and this has got a far more family focused feel to it, and it is slightly different to the September event. So we're going to be encouraging families to come along, and we're doing a big focus on grow your own in the April event. So that is planting, seeding, knowing when to grow things, what they're going to turn into, how you would cook them. So it is definitely a different looking event to the September one, but still with all the passion and drive that the Liverpool Food and Drink Festival brings to the foodies in the city. The children's area is bigger than it's ever been at the festival before, and we've got a massive inflatable village this year with Zorbs, and there's Quasar, jungle runs, funfair stalls. We've also got some really interactive stuff like den building. We've got a Mad Hatter's tea party, bush tucker trials. You can decorate an Easter egg, an Easter bonnet, the storytelling. So lots of egg and spoon race, sack race. So the traditional stuff for families, and also a bit of a modern twist as well. So the family side of the festival is really massive and much bigger than it's ever been at any of the September events. The festival's taking place on the 5th and 6th of April, which is Easter weekend, Sunday and Easter Monday. It's in Sefton Park, the field off Croxteth Drive, and you can buy tickets online on www.liverpoolfoodanddrinkfestival.co.uk, or you can just come along and pay on the door. It beats the queues and it's cheaper online, only £5. Children under 14 are free, and there are weekend passes. So come along, enjoy the Easter weekend with us, and there's lots of foodie family fun.
Hi, my name is Kashka Tunstall, and I am the marketing manager at Picture House of Fact. Okay, so we have our new series of Vintage Sunday films, which have just kicked off again. We've got a really eclectic mix of films for this season that's starting everything off. On the 5th of April, for our Vintage Sunday season, where we look back at old films and kind of celebrate them, we have the film Duck Soup coming up, which is one of the Marx Brothers classic films that has kind of stood the test of time and is still considered one of the funniest films in any decade of film. This was made in 1933. This is when the Marx Brothers were kind of at the height of their fame and fortune, or maybe not fortune. At the time they were in a dispute with Paramount, who just kept getting them to churn out films, and this was one of those films. It was one of those films that was made very, very quickly off the back of another film that had done well. And so in 1933, despite the fact that it was the age of depression, this film Duck Soup came out, and it's a bit of a farce, it's a bit of buffoonery, and it exists in a world which doesn't exist, called Fredonia, and it's about kind of this dictator who kind of gets control of the state of Fredonia and gets into a war with its neighbouring state, which is Sylvania. And it's ridiculous and hilarious, and you just can't help but smile when you look at it. And we've got this film, which is exciting. If you've never seen Duck Soup before, but you're kind of interested in that genre of film, which you don't get to see on the big screen very often, this is one of those films that it's very, very rare to see come back into a cinema screen. So the Marx Brothers back on the big screen here at Picture House at Fact for our Vintage Sunday season in black and white. Lots of great music and dancing and all of that kind of stuff you expect from films of that genre. It's a really exciting thing to have up on our screen, and I'm excited for people to see it if they haven't seen things like this before. So we've got that on the 5th of April, Sunday, Vintage Sunday, and that's on at 6 o'clock, and £10 a ticket at the most, but we've got concessions and discounts for students and seniors and all those delightful groups of people, so make sure that you come along to see that film.
Hi and welcome to Fact. My name is Sophia and I'm the Media Relations Officer here at Fact, and today we're gonna tell you a little bit about events that are either completely free or really, really cheap that we would love for you to come along to.
Hi, I'm Emily G and I'm the Arts and Health Coordinator at Fact. Okay, so Fact at the moment has, our current exhibition is called Group Therapy, Mental Distress in the Digital Age, and it's all about how technology has impacted upon our mental well-being. And as part of that exhibition, we've got a full public programme accompanying the show, which includes various discussion events and film programmes and workshops. And so on the 8th of April, we've got 3 different events happening. We've got a discussion event called Liverpool, A State of Mind, and that's really to discuss the kind of current situation in Liverpool in terms of mental health and well-being, in terms of what services are offered, and give an opportunity for people in the city to have their say on those services. And then that's followed up by Wellbeing Wednesdays. So every Wednesday at Fact we're having a series of taster events for people to get involved with, so a moment to kind of look after your own mental health and well-being, and we're starting that on the 8th of April again, and that's our first session is going to be Tai Chi. So those sessions are free and you just pop along and get involved in Tai Chi, which is available in the city. And then to end the 8th of April, we've got a film showing with local mental health activist group Revision, and they're showing a series of films all about the kind of historical, political and social context of mental health. And the film that will be shown on the 8th is We're Not Mad, We're Angry, and it's a film that was originally made for Channel 4. It's a documentary all about patients and service users having their say on the on mental health care, and that will be accompanied by an introduction by Revision. Okay, so details of all of our public programme events and the exhibition can be found on the Fact website, which is fact.co.uk. You can book online and find out about all of those different programme events, and we hope to see you at some of these events. Bye.
Thanks a lot for watching. We hope to be seeing you at Fact really, really soon, and if you want to know more about any of our events or exhibitions, just visit our website, fact.co.uk.
For Vintage Sundays coming up on the 12th of April, we have a very, very exciting showing of Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless. It came out on a re-release a couple of years ago for the 50th anniversary, and we've got that edition of the film, and we're going to be showing it for Vintage Sundays. Jean-Luc Godard is obviously one of the kind of the major influences on films that you see coming down all the way from the 60s to today. Breathless was Godard's first feature film. He made this in 1960, and it launched the careers of the actors in the film, really, and everyone involved in the production. So this film follows a man, an outlaw, kind of a criminal, a petty thief type of character who is inspired by Humphrey Bogart. He wants to be like Humphrey Bogart, and he's got in this film a very beautiful American girlfriend, and the two of them in this black and white feature, they've got an interesting dynamic relationship as well. But also just the backdrop of Paris in black and white is kind of just incredible. This film has low lighting and it's very lo-fi, and all of the production value that went into it was kind of revolutionary at the time that it was made. And it put Jean-Luc Godard on the map. So if you haven't seen that and you're a film fan, it's definitely worth coming to see that, just to kind of add it to the repertoire of films that you maybe haven't seen. But it's also just a really, really interesting story following these two characters and ultimately the demise of these characters. And there's, without giving away the plot, there's one scene that is the death of a character at the end of the film that's it's kind of a very cinematic moment, and it's existed in history as one of the greatest moments in cinema, or the most interesting moments in cinema. So it's going to be on the 12th of April. It's a Sunday, Vintage Sunday, 6 o'clock. £10 at the most for a ticket, and then we've got concessions and discounts all the way down from that as well. So if you'd like to come and see that film, that's when you can come and see it.
Okay, I'm Jamie, one of the creative team for Creative Youth Development. Please come down to the Priory on the 9th and 10th of April. We have 4 performances, 6:30 and 8:30 on both nights. Come down for an experiential evening full of smells, full of sounds, full of music, full of over 200 young people giving it beans and entertaining the masses with their creative inputs. We've got dramas, we've got pork batches, we've got authentic songs, medieval songs. We've got songs that have been inspired by the Priory. We've got monks. We've got something for the kids. We've got a search for the monks, which are miniature monks, which are going to be placed around the architecture of the Priory, and the kids will be able to go and find them and possibly win a prize. So come down. That's April the 9th and 10th, 6:30 and 8:30. Priory Tales, Creative Youth Development.
Hi, I'm Leanne Campbell from Radio City.
And I'm Claire Simo from Radio City.
Coming up for you after the break with Mums in the Know.
We're going to be telling you what you and your family could be up to over the Easter holidays.
See you in a bit.
As you can tell from my funny voice, I'm not from Liverpool, so I'm not completely aware of all the free and cheap things there are to do in Liverpool. So I'm going to pass you over to those who are in the know about these free and cheap events, mainly aimed at families and children. Now, who are these people? They're called Mums in the Know.
Okay, my name is Michelle Wainwright and I am from Liverpool and Knowsley Mums in the Know.
And I'm Paul Higgins and I'm a dad in the know.
And we're here with Bay TV to talk about what's going on at Easter time this year. And what are we thinking? Easter eggs?
Well, Easter egg hunts is now everywhere.
There's a free Easter egg hunt at Calderstones Park on Saturday the 4th of April, and it's called Little Chicks. The Little Chicks Easter egg hunt, so that'll be great fun. Speke Hall have also got an Easter egg hunt on. You will have to pay normal admission charges, but then the egg hunt itself will be included. Lots of outdoor activities, hopefully, if the weather's nice.
Hopefully so.
Don't forget the miniature railway at Calderstones Park, which is free for everyone.
So if you're up doing the egg hunt, then you can maybe tag on.
Great idea. See, I never even thought of that. But yeah, the entrance is opposite the Calderstones School. Other things going on at Easter, one thing that you wouldn't imagine is the panto season.
Yeah.
And we've got the Epstein Theatre.
Yeah.
With any fans of Five and Richie Neville, they've got Beauty and the Beast. Peter Pan's on at the KLCP. And Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
At St Helens.
Yeah.
With Leanne Campbell, Claire Simo, going to be a great show.
Yeah. So any panto fans out there, don't forget it's not just Christmas, so pantos are on Easter time as well, so you might want to check some of those out.
You will enjoy it. Outdoor fun, hopefully the weather will be nice. If you're anywhere near, fingers crossed, because you want to get the kids out, you want to get them exercise, and there's loads of parks to choose from in Liverpool and Knowsley. One of the great ones is down by Corte Park, the Wildflower Centre, and they're going to be having some free archery lessons as well over the Easter holidays.
What's the ages for that?
I think it's aged 8 and over. But check the website because we are uploading information daily, and we will have information about local fun days. Yeah. You know, which are always great for families.
For the break and
the local community stuff that's going on as well.
Yeah, well, it's a complete package when you come to the dock on the holidays. One, if the weather's nice, there's no better place in Liverpool to come. It should be fantastic. And when they do come down, there's lots of bars, restaurants, shops, cafes to enjoy with the family. But also there's exhibitions on at the Tate, the Maritime Museum, the Beatles story, of course, and all the additional events that we're putting on ourselves just to make it that bit more special. Well, really, there's something for everyone really at the dock. I mean, we know that the Maritime Museum's got fantastic exhibitions that all the family can enjoy because they're obviously free to enter. And then always look out for what's going on at the Tate. There's obviously sections in there that everyone can go in and look at, and there's some fabulous exhibitions. You just need to look up at the time when you come in, what's on. And then, as you say, the Beatles story is always interesting for whether it's the mums and dads who maybe were around at the time, as well as all the family members that need to maybe be told the story of how fantastic the Beatles were.
We'd like to know, and our viewers to know what's coming up for and what can we expect for the families.
Well, Easter should be really good this year. We've targeted families with our list of entertainment and things going on at the dock. So over the Easter weekend and the weekend before and after, there's specifically new events that we've never had before. So we've got coming in a small farm, a petting farm, where you can see small animals. The kids can interact with those, and they're all based in Anchor Courtyard on Easter weekend.
Brilliant.
And then we've got the usual array of there's some chocolate making workshops, some entertainers, some other Easter egg hunts that kids can get involved with, and it should be really good.
Brilliant. And where can they find out like the itinerary? Is it based on the website, or can they check where can they sort of see?
All the details, so timings of everything is based on the Albert Dock website, which is www.albertdock.com.
We have a thing called Odeon Kids. It used to be called Odeon Kids Club, but it's basically one of our value sub-brands that we have. It's £2.50 if you book it in the cinema. And we have films that have just sort of come out of the cinema, so it'll be stuff like How to Train Your Dragon 2, Tinkerbell, things like that. And basically it's available at about 11 o'clock, but it's actually on all throughout the Easter holidays at 11.
Have you got any other new releases and things coming out as well for the kids and that, or what's coming up?
Yeah. At the moment there's Home. It's an animated one about an alien. He is voiced by the guy from The Big Bang Theory. It also has Rihanna's voice as well. That's by 20th Century Fox. That's out pretty soon. There's SpongeBob. Sponge Out of Water. It's a sequel to the first SpongeBob film. It's got Antonio Banderas voicing one of the characters. What else have we got? We've got Cinderella. It's a live-action Disney film. Obviously, it's sort of an adaptation of the classic, but it's directed by Kenneth Branagh. And I'm trying to think what else we've got. There's also Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 for the older kids. Obviously, a sequel to the sort of the events of what Paul was doing, sort of more of the same, like from the first one.
What sort of stuff can the kids, like obviously you've got deals and that as well in the kids clubs, have you got like packages where they can get like sweets and together?
We have a thing called a kids mix. It's $3.25, you get a little popcorn, some sweets and a little drink, but at the moment, when Cinderella's out, we're having a promotion where you'll get a free little keyring of the shoe, of a little glass slipper. So that'll go with that. They work out $3.25.
And is there anything else then that you've got coming up for adults as well? Or moms and dads as well that they might be interested in?
Yeah, well, this is obviously one of the things. I think it's a film for everybody. We've got Avengers: Age of Ultron, which is basically one of the films that everybody's talking about at the moment. Over the year, we've got Fast and Furious 7, obviously from the Fast and Furious franchise. It's a big year. Star Wars, Jurassic World. There's lots of films. One of the best years of films that I think for a long time.
Brilliant. And where can they check out for getting listings and after someone's all on the website?
Yeah, it's on there, which is www.odeon.co.uk, and there's an app as well they can log on to and book their tickets through there.
Do you want to tell us a bit about what's on over the Easter holidays?
The Easter holiday period. Over the Easter holiday period, we've got some free events for the children, families, friends to come down to. We've got, on the 7th of April, we've got a Easter egg trail in Sawpits Park, which is in Highton, between 1 and 3. You come down, we'll have a trail, we'll add some on the trees and areas, we'll have some clues. You find the clues, you get the answers, come back, and there'll be a prize of an egg for you. That's on the 7th. So Sawpits is on the 7th. We've got one on the 8th of April at Stavmore's Park, 1 till 3. We've also got one in McGoldrick's Park, which is in Highton, 1 till 3. And the Rangers there has organised a fancy dress event, so if you come down to that one, the best fancy dress, as well as the Easter egg trail, gets a prize as well. We've got one on the 9th of April in Corte Park, that one's 12 till 3. And that coincides with the grand opening of the new play area that they've got in Corte Park, which was the Friends of Corte actually got an award from Biffle and Corey, and that's the reason why the new play area is to be open there. On that day, there will be archery, Easter trails, Easter activities on that day. That's all free. There's possibly going to be face painting, but I'm not sure whether there's a price on that. I'm not really sure on that one. In Henley Park, opposite Wiston Hospital, on the 9th, we've got an Easter egg trail there as well. So that's all based on the same sort of theme, where you come into the park, we'll have the trail set up for you. You go around the park, you answer the questions, come back to us, and you get your free prize, which is Easter eggs, which is always good for the kids, yeah. We always keep adults as well if they want to join in, depends how many kids turn up. The 10th of April in Eaton Street, we've got the same again, we've got an Easter egg trail there. That's 10:30 to 12 o'clock. That's in Prescott. 10 Acre Pits in Highton is on the same day, which is the 10th, and that's 1 till 3. And that's an Easter trail there with crafts as well, so there'll be crafts on at the 10 Acre Pits Park as well, with friends. Over the Easter period, we mainly concentrate on trying to keep it as a theme. So later on after that, we will then advertise like bushcraft, mini beast, shelter building, nature art, nature walks, nature talks in the woodlands around Mosey.
Also, don't forget things like the Liverpool Golf Centre. They've got a mini golf there, which is so cheap, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really, really reasonable. If the weather's nice, if you've got any budding golfers, you should head down there. You've got an outdoor mini golf area now.
Outdoor mini golf,
just
practice
a few
green,
quid. Yeah.
Then you can do, I think it's £9 for the mini golf, and also as well 100 balls in the driving range. So
yeah, it's really good value.
So if the dad wants to go smash a few balls in the driving range, the kids can play in the little potting range, so everyone's a winner.
It will be a nice day out, the weather's nice. Anyway, check the website out, it'll have all the activities on, and we hope you have a great time. Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Hey, Richie Neville here, and coming up after the break is more free and cheap events around Liverpool, so check it out.
Hi, my name is John Leyland. I'm the creative producer at Hope Street Limited here in Liverpool. Here at Hope Street in Liverpool, we're producing a festival of new performance work in unusual places and spaces called On the Verge. That's coming up in October from the 21st to the 25th. We're currently calling out for proposals for new performance works by emerging artists. The festival will take place in all sorts of non-traditional theatre spaces, parks, the street, shops, cafes, back of a lorry, anywhere you think a non-traditional performance might take place. If you've got an idea that you'd like to develop, we can help you with that, and you could be part of a really exciting new festival. The deadline for proposals is the 9th of April, so that's coming up. And you can go to our website, which is hope-street.org, to find out about how to apply, more details about what we're looking for, and the application form is online there. So get in touch.
Melrose Hall began as a club for pensioners in Hoylake in the 1950s. It was funded by the King George VI Memorial Fund and ran as a club with over 600 pensioners who in the 50s, 60s and 70s, when they got to 60 or 70, thought they were old. Unfortunately, with the new trips abroad and people retiring early and people enjoying life and living longer, the membership dropped, and eventually in the late 1990s the membership was such that it was likely to go. My husband and I were asked if we could take it over and save it for the village, as it was a wonderful facility for everyone. We took over the challenge, and since then we have worked until he passed away in 2005 to make sure that everywhere had been revamped. We have a new roof, we have new windows, all the facilities are here now, and it is now a wonderful place for all the residents of Hoylake to take part in. My name is Jackie Hall. I am a member of Melrose Hall, a volunteer. I run the hall, I pay the bills, I organise the events here, and I make sure that everyone who comes here has a wonderful time. We do lots of activities for all ages, and everyone can come here and not be worried that they won't be able to afford all the things that they would like to do. Obviously, to pay the bills, we have to ensure that there's a regular income every week, and that comes from the activities that take place where people pay for the hire of the hall. On a Monday, we have an art club, Monday mornings, which is water-based oils, run by Dennis Spicer, who is an art teacher, has moved here from London, and was eager not only to do his water-based oils, but also on the Wirral to run a life drawing class. So on a Tuesday, in the afternoon and the evening, we have life drawing classes, which are extremely popular. We have a choir here on a Tuesday morning, a ladies' choir, and they rehearse here, but then they go out and they entertain in nursing homes or theatres or wherever they are invited. On a Wednesday, after Easter, we're starting a boccia class. Now, some people may never have heard of that, but it's like boule or petanque. It's indoor bowls, and we're hoping that Hoylake will become the boccia area for Wirral, in league with Birkenhead, where they run a team who actually appear internationally.
Hello there, my name's Diane Tremarco, and this is Poppy, my faithful companion. We run GetOutMore.me, the best live music website in and around Merseyside. So, do you like live music? Well, GetOutMore.me is the site for you. The thing about this site is that it features just about everything to do with live music in and around Merseyside. It's mainly focusing on unsigned bands, on cover bands, on the music. It's all about the music. And it's all about good, local, free music. There's some venues that charge £2, £5, but there's an awful lot of venues that you can get in absolutely free, and believe me, the quality of the music is exceptional. There are bands that you will see for no money at all that you won't even see on the O2 Arena. These people know their stuff. They've been gigging for years and years, and it's on your doorstep. It's accessible. You can download a gig guide to your phone you tap in GetOutMore.me, download the gig guide to your phone, you're out having a pint with your friends, you fancy some really good music, have a look who's playing where. Generally we'll give you the entrance fee if there is one, but if there isn't one, get yourselves in there, enjoy the atmosphere. Just live for the moment, because these bands have got so much to offer. There's a lot of up-and-coming talent. I have to stress this, there's so much good stuff coming out of Liverpool. Always has been, always will be, and Wirral. But now the up-and-coming talent is free, it's accessible, it's there for you to take full advantage of. You can go and watch a jazz musician, you can go and watch somebody playing the sax, playing the ukulele. These people write their own music, perform their own music, and are so passionate, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Go along, get involved, feel the atmosphere. Why not write to us and tell us what you think of the gig? That's what we're about. We want to share the experience. We want to tell you where the next gig is, where you can go and have a great night out for absolutely no money. Well, for the cost of a pint, obviously. But you know, I'm talking about fully entertained all night for no money. Not only that, it'll get into your soul. It'll get so far into your soul, it'll never leave you. You'll feel it from the toes up, trust me. I know, I'm an old hat at this. Been doing it years. I absolutely love the music scene. Get Out More is a baby of mine, and it was created because I can no longer gig for one reason or another. So what do? I support my local musicians, I support my local venues. I give the opportunity for people to find out where to go, when to go, and how much they're going to pay to go there. But you know what? The majority is free. So get yourselves out, get out more, get out a lot more, and then tell me about it. Getoutmore.me. Make sure it's on your list.
On a Wednesday afternoon, again after Easter, we're starting a Melody Makers for music, learning violin, tin whistle, guitar, drums, whatever, for people of all ages to integrate young children with older people, all playing together. And we actually did a concert in December where they all gave their time for the local community. On a Thursday, we have dog training with a very famous Erica Peachy, who is a consultant in animal behaviour, and she runs classes here on a Thursday. On a Friday, we have Melrose Club, which is a club for anyone in the area who would like to come. We start at 2 o'clock. Every week we have entertainment. It could be a film, it could be somebody singing, it could be a talk, whatever we think they would enjoy. Sometimes it's bingo, and they get a cup of tea, a homemade cake, and they get a raffle prize for the princely sum of £1.50. Because we believe we are a charity, we don't need to make a profit. All we need to do is to ensure that we actually pay the bill.
I'm Dave McTague from Mellowtone, and we're promoters in the city, running shows in all kinds of venues, folk, blues, singer-songwriters, in a variety of sort of interesting and intimate spaces around the city. For those of you that don't know, the Magnet's reopened again recently up on Hardman Street, and it's one of my favourite clubs in the city. We're getting involved there. We've got a few of our ticketed shows that are taking place, but also every Wednesday night the Magnet have launched an open mic evening, and we're supporting them on that with Mellowtone. So feel free to come along every Wednesday night from 8 o'clock. It's free entry. If you want to play a song, bring your own guitar, bring a piano, bring whatever you want. Original songs, please. And it's going to be hosted by different people every week, sort of like Liverpool musicians, songwriters. We've got our resident DJs, we've got guest DJs. So keep your eyes on that, and look out for a few surprises.
We also have monthly events. On the third Sunday of every month at 8 o'clock, we have the Big Easy Jazz Band. And they have a band of anything from 12 to 14 players playing jazz with a singer. People come along. It's very expensive. It's all of £3 to come through the door. You bring your own drink, or you can purchase tea and homemade cakes in the interval. On usually the fourth weekend of the month, we do some sort of drama, theatre, music, whatever, where local people can come along and do a show for us. We just charge a minimum fee. We do the posters, we do the tickets, we sell the tickets for them, we give them tea and cakes in the interval, and it means that local people who otherwise would not get to the theatre because they can't travel, they can't get into Liverpool, or they can't afford the price of the tickets, everyone can enjoy whatever is going on. I'm sure that having heard all the things that go on in Hoylake, that you will all want to come over here. We'd love to see you. You've been very, very welcome. If you look on the hoylakehelp.co.uk website, you will see a link to Melrose Hall, which will give you all the things that are going on, all the latest events. We'd be delighted for you to come. It's very cheap. We don't have a licence. If you wish to have a drink, you bring your own drink. We can supply the glasses, so it's a very cheap night out. We rarely charge more than £5 for any of the event. If you wish to have any further information, all you need to do is ring me on 0151 632 2152.
Each week we bring you all of the latest film news.
From interviews with filmmakers and actors, to local events, to the new cinema releases.
Join us every Tuesday evening on Bay TV Liverpool.
Alright, coming up next are some workshops that are happening over Easter, both of which you have to pay for, but one of them can show you things that you can do at home. Just take a look at this.
Hi, I'm Gemma. Welcome to the Button Boutique. We provide art and crafts workshops to children and adults across Liverpool. So today I'm going to be showing both you and Blaze how to make some Easter crafts. We're going to be doing an Easter bonnet and decorating some chocolate eggs. Everyone gets loads of Easter eggs over Easter. And as well as just eating them, they're also a fun activity to decorate them as well. So me and Blaze are going to have a little go. With sweets, yeah, lots of sweets. So now we've got some ice and pens. Thank you, Blaze. We've got some ice and pens that we can draw on them. We can write our name.
Oh no, Blaze.
Blaze to roll. So what you need to do is you need to put lots of icing on that's like glue. Are you following a pattern there, Blaze, or is you just putting as much on as you can?
I'm trying to get some of these.
So this is what we've done so far. Mine's for my mum. Blaze is for your dad?
Yes.
Yeah? Let me see. He's going to love that. Okay, so while Blaze is finishing his Easter egg, sticking as many sweets on as he can, I am going to move over and we're going to do some Easter bonnet making. We're going to do some for Jack. Okay, so we're going to do an Easter bonnet for Jack for his Easter parade. Blaze is going to help me as well when he's finished eating his Easter egg. Shall we try it on Jack? Shall we see what Jack looks like in it? Let's see. Oh, Jack, that's very cool. So hopefully now you've got some tips on how to decorate chocolate eggs and Easter bonnets. I hope you all have a lovely Easter, and if you want to come and visit us here at the Button Boutique, you're all very welcome. We've got craft camp starting for the children all over the Easter holidays starting from the 6th of April. If you want more information, please visit www.bobsbuttonboutique.com. Have a happy Easter.
Alright, we're here at the Blue Coat today. We're in the print workshop and today we're going to learn how to screen print. Right, so we're here today to talk to Fran, who is the print studio manager, and she's going to tell us what we'll be up to today. So what are we up to today, Fran?
So we're going to be making a card today for Easter, and it's going to be using screen printing, and I'll take you through the technique and just tell you a little bit about the process to print. So the first thing is using this light unit, so we need to turn it on.
Good start.
The way you make your artwork is you block the light with the transparent images.
Yep.
And then when they're exposed to the light, the bit that's been blocked will wash out, and that's how you get your artwork. So I've got a screen here.
Yep.
It's already got the liquid on it, and then I'm just going to place this over the top of the artwork. Just make sure it's all in position.
Oh wow, it's pretty...
Okay, so we're done there. Right, so the first thing, turn the vacuum off. Great stuff. And you won't be able to see straight away whether it's come out or not.
Okay.
It only reveals once it's kind of washed out, but you can start to see it's a little bit yellow.
Oh well.
Okay, so we'll take it over to the sink next. So we need to wet the screen now, and those little bits that have kind of gone yellow should all wash out, so that'll be our print. Okay, so you can see that it's started to appear now. So if you hold it up to the light,
you can see whether it's worked or not. So you want it to be white, so you can start to see our Easter bunny appearing. So the last thing before we print, we just need to put it in the dryer so it's nice and dry
That's
and
it?
ready to print. Yeah.
And we grab a couple in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Okay, so if anyone likes what they see today and wants to get involved, we've got some introductory workshops, and we've got something that we've just set up, Print Club, which is a really informal 2-hour session fortnightly on a Tuesday. People just come along, we'll do something printy for 2 hours, and it's only £15 a session. First one is on the 19th of April and then the 21st of April. And then we've got other introductory workshops to relief, collograph, screen print, photo etching. But if you want to find out a little bit more, we'll show you the website address later. Okay, so we're going to use our bed that's specifically made for printing onto paper. So what this does is it holds your screen in place when you're printing, and it's also got a vacuum on it, so it sucks the paper down, so it keeps a nice kind of gap between the two. We'll start with the first triangle layer, and then go on to the rabbit, and then if you fancy, we'll get you to print the final layer. Put it underneath.
Yeah. It is.
Do you want to just hold on
Yeah,
to
sure.
that for us for a sec? We've got our rabbit starting to appear there now.
We do have a rabbit.
Okay, so over to you.
Oh no! Alright. Okay, here we go.
See if we have an Easter
This is the moment of truth then.
Ah!
Stuck again. There it is. My very, very first Easter card. Well, we're almost at the end of the show, but before we go, I want to give you information about a couple more events that are happening in the next couple of months, so stick these in your diary.
We offer fairs around Liverpool City region. The one that I want to talk about today is the one that we run at Leaf on Bowl Street, which is a great little cafe restaurant, specialises in tea, and we have a vintage fair there upstairs on the last Sunday of every month. It starts at 11 till 5 o'clock and it's always free entry. There's a selection of stalls offering everything from ladies and menswear. We have jewellery, we have accessories, and we also have some stalls that have what I'd call small homeware. So there's a really good mix, eclectic mix of all kinds. So we're here in Leaf, and I'd like to introduce you to Amy, who's one of the bar staff here in Leaf. And when we have our vintage fairs here, the staff always like to come along, have a browse and look what we've got on offer, and of course buy something. So Amy has bought from our vintage fairs, so we're just going to have a little chat with her. So Amy, what did you buy from the vintage fairs?
I bought this lovely necklace and also a vintage jacket as well from there.
So were you happy with your purchases, and if so, why?
I was very happy because it's all really good quality. I was really good value for money because I didn't spend much at all. But you know, it's a really pretty necklace.
So, like a lot of people like to buy vintage, why do you like to buy vintage?
I like it because not many other people are wearing it on the high street. If you go to the high street shops, you know, down Liverpool one, you usually always see somebody else in the same jacket as you. But this, I've not seen anyone. It's just me. It's individual, and it's great value for money as well.
Okay, so like a lot of our customers, you like to mix and match, but everything, yeah, good. Also, what about the quality of vintage? How do you find that is?
I think it's amazing quality. Again, better than high street. You know, I'd always prefer. I've not experienced anything breaking. It's like a nice and sturdy necklace. It's good. Yeah.
So you're a great ambassador for Pillbox Vintage for us. You tell everyone. Okay.
Yes,
brilliant. Fantastic. Thanks, Amy.
On the 19th of April, which is a Sunday at 6 o'clock, we're showing Harold and Maude, which is the 1971, it's a dark comedy, it's very offbeat and funny, and it tells the story of a young man in his 20s who is obsessed with death and just morbid things in general, and he meets a 79-year-old woman at a funeral, both of them there for a person that they do not know, and he meets this woman who's 79 and also obsessed with the same kinds of things as he is. Where he's a bit pessimistic and negative, she's kind of a joy, she loves life, and she's just kind of enthused by everything. So these two characters meet, and it kind of starts a very interesting, quirky story that starts with a friendship and ends up with a romance, which you may not expect from two characters like that. So this film it's a cult classic. It didn't really do well in cinemas when it first came out, but over the years it kind of picked up speed with the home viewing, I guess, population, and now it's just one of these classics that you see on film lists all the time. So Harold and Maude, we're showing that on the 19th of April. It's a Sunday, 6 o'clock. If you want to come along to see that, which I suggest you do if you're into that kind of quirky film, it's kind of got those vibes of Napoleon Dynamite and Wes Anderson films, but well before those ever came out. The most you'll be paying for it is £10, otherwise you get concessions and discounts all the way down to about £6. And we'd love to see you there.
Alright, well that's it for the Easter special, but if you've got any free events you'd like to see featured on the show, then contact us via the email address in the end credits. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.